Hello, guys. This is PiusFootball. It's rather unfortunate that I can't bring you the live. I couldn't bring you the live updates as I promised. I encountered some very difficult technical challenges that I couldn't overcome. It's sort of dampened my mood a bit, but I still have to come and give you a rundown of all the deals that happened. Very big important deals for some players, and also some disappointments for other players. It's very sad what has happened to Palhinha. Couldn't make the move to Bayern Munich. But we still have to go through the process, and then I give you all the rundown of the updates that of the deals that happened today. I'm just going to focus on the deadline day moves. Just going to go through very fast, and then we can talk about we'll reassess the transfers all over again this weekend, and see how the moves are going to affect gameplay and stuff like that individually in the various teams across Europe. So let me just start at the camp of Brentford. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't get a move for Johan Bakayoko over the line. It was supposed to have been a deadline day move, but the player decided at the last minute to change his mind. He wants to play Champions League football. Mind you, PSV Eindhoven are playing in the Champions League, so he doesn't really see the reason why he will move from PSV to Brentford to play in the Conference League. I think the Brentford will be playing in the Conference League. I stand to be corrected, but I'm sure that they are in Europe, although it's not in the Champions League. So the player says no to Brentford. Then maybe Brentford will reassess the situation and maybe try and sign him later in January. And then Callum Hudson-Odoi joins Nottingham Forest. This player, I've been saying on PiusFootball since the summer, the whole summer, that he's going to join Fulham. He favors Fulham. Lazio were in the mix at a point in time because of Mauricio Sarri. Mind you, he was familiar with Hudson-Odoi when he was at Chelsea. But those deals didn't happen. Now the news coming in is that £8 million, plus 5 million in add-ons deal to Nottingham Forest sealed for Callum Hudson-Odoi. So I mean, finally he gets his permanent transfer after going on loan for several years. So I mean, good move for him. I hope that he flourishes at Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have been probably the busiest team on deadline day today. They've signed, I think, 4 or 5 players just today. So I mean, I'm going to go through the list, and you realize that Nottingham Forest have been very busy in the transfer window. And then another disappointing move, like I said, Palhinha, João Palhinha, trying to make that move to Bayern Munich was unsuccessful. I'm kind of relieved a bit because Bayern Munich will be playing Manchester United in the Champions League. So Palhinha not joining Bayern is kind of a good move for me. Like, it's a good thing for me. But overall, I mean, the player is very gutted, very disappointed. I'm told that he was on his way to Bayern for his medical when Fulham had to call him back and tell him that, look, we are not finding a replacement for you, so that move cannot happen. We can't allow you to go to Bayern Munich. Now, Fulham, they've had the opportunity to sell Palhinha all summer. I think a bid from Liverpool came to them at a point. I think West Ham also tried to bid for Palhinha at a point, but they all wanted £80 million. No one was going to pay that amount of money. And Bayern Munich at the last minute offered, I think, £65 million. Fulham were ready to allow him to leave, but until they get a replacement, unfortunately, they couldn't get that replacement, and so Palhinha couldn't make that move to Bayern Munich, sadly. I don't know how his mindset would be going forward. Origi joins Nottingham Forest on loan. Origi joins Nottingham Forest on loan with a buy option included. So Origi, AC Milan, mind you, he was at Liverpool. He joined AC Milan and on a permanent deal, and then I think 2 years down the line, he's making a move back to the Premier League to join Nottingham Forest. I think Nottingham Forest are trying to get in some experienced players in there. So I mean, is it good for him? I'm sure it is if he's going to start, because he wasn't getting a look in at AC Milan. Probably the reason why he's making that move. So Origi to Nottingham Forest on loan plus option to buy. Patsendaka to Bournemouth on loan plus option to buy. Patsendaka, remember, Patsendaka joined Leicester City from, I think, the Belgian league. I think Young Boys or something like that, if I'm right. He joined Leicester City, I think, 3 years ago. He's had some, one or two good moments, but overall, he's not really hit the ground running like he was doing in the Belgian league. And I mean, Leicester City going to relegation, maybe he feels that he has more to offer, and definitely Bournemouth feel that he's going to be of help to them going forward. So they've signed him on loan plus an option to buy. So I think it's a good move. He's back to the Premier League. So all the best to him. Luka Jovic joins AC Milan on a free loan deal, meaning that it was a loan deal that no money's paid to I think Fiorentina. So Luka Jovic right there. He joined Real Madrid on a big money move. It didn't really happen for him. He moved to AC Milan on loan. He came back, joined Fiorentina, and now he's going back on loan to AC Milan. I think there is no loan, there is no option to buy included, just a free loan deal. So I mean, Luka Jovic going back to AC Milan, he was successful there once, so maybe hopefully he will find another second success at AC Milan. And then Nico Dominguez joins Nottingham Forest from Bologna for 10 million euros. Nico Dominguez, the Uruguayan, I think he's Uruguayan. He joins Nottingham Forest on loan. It's a permanent transfer. 10 million euros from Bologna. So I mean, Nottingham Forest trying to stock up right there. Hopefully they'll start transforming their results from bad to good or something like that, because they've signed a lot of players. So hopefully they can gel very fast and start winning games. Chalobah deal to Bayern Munich collapsed, I think, and also I think another EPL team tried to sign Chalobah late in the deadline. I think somewhere around 10:40 something. There were rumors about I think, was it Crystal Palace or one of those EPL teams trying to sign Chalobah, but it wasn't successful. So Chalobah is staying at Chelsea now. I am Matson. There was rumor that he was trying to make a move to Burnley for around 31 million pounds, but that move hasn't materialized. That deal has collapsed as well. Matson and Chalobah, Cucurella are all staying in Chelsea. No one is going anywhere. Rob Holding goes to Crystal Palace from Arsenal for a deal, permanent transfer at 4 million pounds paid to Arsenal. So Rob Holding joining Crystal Palace. I think he's been in Arsenal for a while. I mean, he's not really going to start. So you can decide to go to Crystal Palace and start, or try, continue being a bench warmer at Arsenal. So I think that Rob Holding actually makes a good decision right there. And then Crystal Palace always looking for a defender in the transfer window. So it's good that they've gotten one in the deadline on deadline day. So 4 million pounds for Rob Holding. Right there, I think it's a good deal. He had options to join several La Liga clubs. I mean, he had several of them trying to sign him, but he preferred to stay in the Premier League. So I mean, good news for Rob Holding right there. Now, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, there were rumors, concrete rumors actually, that he was going to join Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone wanted him. Unfortunately for them, the offer they submitted to Tottenham wasn't good enough for Daniel Levy. He feels that they should have added an obligation to buy. I think they added an option to buy, but Daniel Levy wanted an obligation to buy, and Atletico Madrid did not agree to that. So that deal collapsed. So Pierre-Emile Højbjerg is going to stay at Tottenham Hotspur. And then also Tanganga, remember that wonder kid, Tottenham wonder kid Tanganga. was he came. I think Jose Mourinho brought him from the academy to the first team during his tenure. Tanganga, he went on loan a couple of times, but he's back and he was doing well last season. Tottenham had a very difficult season last season, but they feel that he will do better if he goes out on loan, get more playing time. So I mean, he's gone to Augsburg. He's joining on loan for 6 million euros, quite a huge sum of money. So it shows the kind of talent that the kid has. So I mean, there is no option to buy included. Like I said, Tottenham feel that Tanganga is going to grow to become a very powerful midfield defender. They actually believe in him, and so they are expecting to have him back after a year. So Tanganga joining Augsburg right there for 6 million euros on loan. And then the big transfer. Finally, many United fans can sleep well tonight. Sofiane Amrabat, the Moroccan international, has finally made that move to Manchester United. He always wanted Manchester United. He was very patient. He was very confident about United coming for him, and so United had to do the do and then try and sign the player. He's been signed on loan. Initial loan fee of 10 million euros has been paid to Fiorentina. Now the deal is that he's going to there's an option to buy included. That option to buy includes a 20 million euro plus 5 million in add-ons. Now that has to be activated by the end of May. Okay, so those are the conditions for the loan move for Sofiane Amrabat. So I mean, the player has shown real dedication to Manchester United. So I'm kind of happy that Erik ten Hag and the United board actually puts the money where their mouth is, because they've always said they wanted Amrabat since June, and the player has always decided to join United since June. He's been waiting. He had several deals from Saudi Arabia, several deals from even Liverpool at a point approaching him, Fulham late in the transfer window approaching him on deadline day, but he decided to stay and wait for a bid from Manchester United. So finally that deal is done. Amrabat has joined Manchester United on loan. 10 million euros paid to Fiorentina, 20 million euros plus 5 million buy option to be activated in May if United want to do that. And I'm sure that eventually it will be done, because Sofiane is a very great talent for United in the midfield, and I'm sure he's going to do great for some of us who actually feel that our midfield needs a bit more robust midfielder to come in and help Casemiro in the midfield. And then also I'd like to talk about Ibrahim Sangare, a United pundit on one of the apps that I follow, actually made a comparison between Sofiane Amrabat and Sangare and wanted United to sign Sangare instead of Sofiane Amrabat. But to be honest with you, I think that you cannot compare a player who plays in the Italian league to the Dutch league. The Dutch league is way lower in terms of quality, and so I mean Ibrahima Sangare, the Ivorian midfielder who plays for PSV Eindhoven, making that move to Nottingham Forest now. I think that move is good for him, although I'm not really sure this is the right time to make the move, because PSV Eindhoven are playing in the Champions League. So moving to Nottingham Forest is kind of a surprise for me, but it looks like the player wants to join a Premier League club to get more exposure for future deals. Is sort of making that step as a stepping stone to bigger things. So I think that 35 million euros total package on a permanent transfer for Ibrahima Sangare to Nottingham Forest. So I think let's see how it goes for the guy. And then also Neil Maupay. Remember Neil Maupay, who used to play for Brighton and Hove Albion, now joined Everton last year. He had a very difficult time, but was one of the bright spots for Everton. In a very difficult season last season for the team. Now he's joined Brentford. He's joined Brentford on loan plus an option to buy. Medicals have already been completed, so that deal is done. Neil Maupay joining Brentford on loan plus an option to buy from Everton. Also, now another big transfer in this deadline day was Brennan Johnson from Nottingham Forest to Tottenham Hotspur for £47 million, permanent transfer. Medicals are done. Great addition to Ang Postecoglou's team, Tottenham Hotspur. So I mean, Brennan Johnson is going to add a little bit of steel into that back line. So let's see how Tottenham are going to set up with Brennan Johnson. I'm sure that is the more reason why Nottingham Forest were busy trying to replace him, buying one or two defenders in there. And then another big move in the transfer window, a deadline transfer window, was João Felix moving to Barcelona from Atletico Madrid. João Felix always wanted to play for Barcelona. He always wanted to join Barcelona. He said Barcelona is his dream since he was a kid. One would wonder why he didn't join them from Benfica. But anyway, he's joined them on loan. There's no option to buy. Like I said, Barca are going through a difficult financial spell. So signing João Felix with no loan option, no buy option is not surprising at all. Atletico Madrid are hoping that João Felix will get very good season with Barcelona, and then his price will actually be good enough. They can recoup some money that they got from him. They bought him for 120 million euros from Benfica about 3 years ago. So I mean, if they're supposed to sell him, because the player doesn't want to play for Atletico Madrid anymore because of problems with Diego Simeone. So I mean, if they are going to lose him, they might as well try and get a sizable fee for him. So a good loan spell at Barcelona is going to help Atletico Madrid. So that is what they are hoping for. So let's see how it goes. I'm sure he will be successful at Barca. The style of play suits João Felix perfectly well. So let's see. Maybe Barcelona will try and sign him after the season. But mind you, he's supposed to be replacing Ansu Fati, who's gone on loan to Brighton. So I mean, if Fati is coming back and he has a good season, what are the options for João Felix at Barcelona? So let's see what happens. Now, another big transfer on this deadline day was Colomwani to PSG. Now, Colomwani to PSG from Einstein Frankfurt. Now, that deal took a bit of a while. It took a bit, almost all summer. A lot of teams, even Manchester United, at the mix at a point in time. But PSG, I mean, they've signed a lot of players this summer. But Colomwani has gone to PSG deadline day finally. 90 million euros total package. 90 million euros. There will be an initial payment of 75 million euros to Einstein Frankfurt, which is fixed. So fixed price of 75 million euros plus 15 million euros in add-ons. Okay, so 15 million euros in add-ons. Medicals is done. The player has already signed for PSG. So I mean, good move for PSG. My problem is they've already signed Goncalo Ramos from Benfica for almost I think 80 million euros. He's a striker. He's going to play from the center of attack. Colomwani can play in all the front three. However, they already have Mbappe there. They have Ousmane Dembele. So if you have Ousmane Dembele, you have Kylian Mbappe, you have Goncalo Ramos, and you have Colomwani, who is going to start from where? Unless he intends to play a 4-2-4 formation, one of them is going to have to sit on the bench, and it's definitely not going to be Dembele and Kylian Mbappe. So it looks like Goncalo Ramos is probably going to be playing from the bench until maybe Mbappe leaves for Real Madrid next season. Now, another transfer is on the deadline day today was Boukary Soumare joins Sevilla. Remember, Boukary Soumare joined Leicester City about 2 years ago, I think, from the French league. Now he's joined Sevilla on loan. There's no buy option. Now remember, Leicester City have been relegated, so a lot of the top players want to move and play on loan, and hopefully they are hoping that Leicester will be coming back to the Premier League next season, and then they will rejoin Leicester City. If not, probably they're going to get permanent transfer to other clubs. But for now, Bukayo Sumare has joined Sevilla on loan. He'll be playing in the Champions League, so I mean, good move for him. Also, Eric Garcia. Remember Eric Garcia, the Barca La Masia graduate. He was taken to Man City by Pep Guardiola. He couldn't, fit the bill. He wasn't successful in the Premier League. He was shipped back to Barcelona, but he still had difficulties. He wasn't starting a lot of the games. Now Barca are trying to clear players to reduce their wage bill, so they've sent him over to Girona on loan. Now there's no buy option. So Eric Garcia going to Girona on loan on deadline day. Now another big move on the transfer deadline day today is Ryan Gravenberch. The player who joined Bayern Munich from Ajax. He was wanted by Manchester United at the point when he was moving to Bayern Munich, but he preferred to join Bayern Munich because he felt he would get playing time at that place, and then the chance to play in Europe and the Champions League and all that. Unfortunately for him, when he went to Bayern, he couldn't get a look in. Now Bayern have Leon Goretzka and Joshua Kimmich. So I mean, it was always going to be difficult to start, before those two players. And so I mean, he struggled, and he's not getting playing time. And now Liverpool feel like they need to sign another young blood in that midfield. Mind you, they are losing. They've already lost Jordan Henderson, and Adam Lallana has gone. What do you call him? Fabinho has gone, and then also the guy who's gone to I've forgotten the name. Another one of those midfield old midfielders in the Liverpool midfield. I can't remember. James Milner. Yeah, James Milner is gone. Henderson is gone, and then also they've lost Fabinho, so they had to bring in some young blood. So I mean, after bringing in Szoboszlai and McAllister, they've added Ryan Gravenberch. So Ryan Gravenberch is joining them on a permanent transfer, 40 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons, which is quite a lot of money for a bench warmer from Bayern Munich. But I think that the potential and the age is kind of what influenced the transfer, the price of that transfer. So I mean, Gravenberch joining Liverpool, 40 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons. So let's see how his career will turn out at Anfield. Now another player on the move is Alvaro Odriozola. He joined Real Sociedad from Real Madrid. It's a loan deal plus option, there's no option to buy, just a loan deal for Alvaro Odriozola joining Real Sociedad. And then we have Amel Bella-Kotchap. Okay, Bella-Kotchap was actually someone that remember I said that Chaluba was trying to make a move to Bayern Munich, that it collapsed. Now they turned their attention to Amel Bella-Kotchap. Amel Bella-Kotchap. Okay, Kotchap. Now that's the name. He plays for Southampton. He's a German international. That is why Bayern wanted him. But unfortunately, that deal couldn't materialize. He's joined PSV Eindhoven instead. Okay, so Amel Bella-Kotchap has joined PSV Eindhoven from Southampton. It's a loan deal. There's no buy option included. So hopefully, I think if Southampton come back to the Premier League next season, maybe he will rejoin them. If not, I'm sure he's going to make a big money move to another top club. So let's see how his loan move. I'm sure he will do well at the Dutch league, and also probably help them PSV Eindhoven. I mean in the Champions League as well. Now I said that Greenwood going to Getafe, actually very good move for him. Hopefully he can get some very good experience over there in Spain. Spain, the culture there is quite different from England, so I'm sure that he's going to have less eyes on him, less scrutiny on him, I hope. Getafe is also the nature, the structure of Getafe is going to help the boy. I think it's actually a very good move for him. He's going to have a very quiet place to sort of rediscover his form and play some good football. And then he'll be coming back on loan. It's a loan move. There's no option to buy included. So, I mean, mind you, he has 2 years left on his contract. So, when he comes back on loan, he still has a year left on the contract. And United have the what do you call it? Is it the power? They have the power to add another year, trigger another 1 year. So I mean, it's in the clause that he signed, So Greenwood going to Getafe late in the transfer window that is joined Getafe. He's going to play in Spain. So good move for Mason Greenwood. I'm really happy for him that he can actually kickstart his career after this whole unfortunate event that risk ending his career even before it began. And then Mariano Diaz, the bench warmer, the Real Madrid bench warmer, the perpetual bench warmer, the king of all bench warmers. Mariano Diaz joins Seville on a free transfer. Okay, so that's another interesting move there. Sevilla signing some free moves on deadline day. Now, as Abde to Real Betis, as Abde joins Real Betis from Barcelona, the Moroccan international. I know, he was one of those players that pushed Morocco under 20, I think, is it under 23 team to win the African Championship and qualify them for the Olympic Games. So I mean, he's a top talent, but I'm very surprised Barca are letting him go. He's joining Real Betis on a permanent transfer, 7.5 million euros. 7.5 million euros. Barca retain a 50% sell-on clause. Have put in a 50% sell-on clause. So how much he will cost when he's moving to another club? Barca will get 50% of that. That amount, and also they have a buyback clause in there. So Barca are losing the player, but they have a very firm grip on his future. Right there, putting in some two very important clauses in there. So basically, that's all the transfers that happened. The big ones. There are a lot of transfers that happened over the this transfer deadline day, but these are the big ones, the notable ones that we want to talk about. Thank you very much for staying with me. It's rather unfortunate that PiusFootball couldn't go live due to technical difficulties, but it's a whole new experience for me. I'm hoping that I'm going to learn from this, obviously, and then maybe in the winter, probably in the winter, I'll be in a better position to bring you live updates rather than just giving you a recording. But thank you very much for staying with us, for encouraging PiusFootball to grow. You will become part of the community by subscribing to PiusFootball on YouTube, and we'll be grateful to also read your comments and to share in the experience of the stories that I have given you. Thank you very much for staying with me. Bye.